And with that, everyone, I do believe that we're ready for our next exciting run, Emperor's New Groove, Any Percent by Orion. So let's get some hype in the chat, show some support. And Orion, I'll hand it over to you. Can't wait to see it.
I'm introduced. All right. All right. Hello. My name is OrionYTP. My pronouns are he, him, and this is the Emperor's New Groove for the PC. This is one of my favorite childhood games as a kid, and I rediscovered it when I was looking for new speed games. I saw the run for this, and I was absolutely blown away by what I saw, and I was driven to learn the game and push it lower and eventually become world record holder. So that's always been very exciting. I'm gonna shut that off for a second. I accidentally triggered the demo here, so I'll get out of that for a little bit. Alright, it's a pretty simple linear 3D platformer where Kuzco is turned into a llama and he has to go on a quest to get his throne back. So it's going to be a pretty simple game. For the live stream, they probably heard the title music, but we had to mute on the VOD for copyright protection. So we're just going to go and start this is not a new file. I apologize. This is a new file. Timing starts at a bit of a weird place. So I'm going to give a 3, 2, 1 go for the timer start. Are we all ready? So that will be a 3, 2, 1, go. We are rolling through the village. We have a pretty basic roll. That's what we do for a lot of our movements starting out. Kuzco is pretty much a chatterbox. We're gonna go through with our first skip here. The gate skip, quickly get under the gate. This is the brat. We have to kick into him because we don't like him. He gives us a red idol and they help us open doors. Instead of going through the level normally, we're gonna backtrack here, do a nice little leap of faith, and hey, look at that, it's the end of the level. And that takes care of Village 1. Each world has about 3 to 5 levels per world. You'll notice that when I beat the level, I went back to the map screen. That's not a normal thing. I'm pressing a button to go back to the map screen, and it saves a little bit of time. This is the next skip, which I screwed up. It's a similar leap of faith to get to in a part of a level you're not supposed to go to. You would have fought the brat again. Otherwise. There we go. This game has a lot of leaps of faith like that to just cut through entire levels. You're going to be seeing a lot of those. Going to collect another red idol by taking advantage of the invincibility. Now, for those of you who played this game, you might recognize this as the level where Kuzco turns into a different animal and has to race one of the villains, Kronk, to get another red idol. But we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of becoming another animal, we're going to trick the game. That's a very complicated thing to explain so I'll explain it while we're racing him. So what's happening is if you go past Kronk, which is where that secret place I entered is, Kronk will just think you're in front of him and try to talk to you. So that's why we're entering that secret in first person, because the camera trying to get back to where Kuzco is will just bump into Kronk, and Kronk will be like, oh, hey, you want to race? It's such a cool thing, because we theorized that for quite a while. Need to really utilize my charge management here. You'll notice me when I'm using the stamina, I'm trying to jump with it. We finished the race, but we're not going to activate the end because we want the Swampy, and it's going to help us bypass a cutscene. And we got to snag the idle away. This game is very dense in its first parts. We're almost out of the village. This is where we'll get introduced to upwarps. They allow us to scale great heights. When you break into a wall and then jump on the first frame you can just ascend. Cusco gets snapped up to the height of the wall, and it gives you basically double height, and you can sometimes chain them. We'll use it again here to skip what would be the first boss fight. Give me a second here. There we go. Very nice little clippity clip, clip, clip. And now we're past the village. Now we're transitioning to Jungle Knight. That Wampy in the top right here, that's not for nothing either. That will come handy in one of the later worlds. Wampy is Cusco's childhood favorite toy for those familiar with the movie. This is a very simple level, but it's one of my favorites just because of how fast it goes. We're going to do a jump, nice little gap. He's just chugging along, picking up things twice his weight. Because llamas are strong. Do not underestimate the llama. Alright, a nice little damage boost to... Give me a moment. There we go. Nice little damage boost across the waterfall. This guard will give us an idol. And then we'll head over to the next level. The pacing in this game is a little weird. This is actually one of the longer levels. Because there's so much to it. I'll be picking up coins along the way because they help increase our charge bar, which we're going to need. This game's music is very catchy. That's one of the things when a lot of people comment on when they see this game for the first time is the killer soundtrack. Doink. Try and roll into the spider. Gonna come up to a few more upwarps in this level. One right here. Nice. Woo! Look who it is. It's the brat on the bike again. What? Surely this will be the last time we see him. Will give us another red idol. Wonder why they're red. They could have chosen any other color. Another upwarp here. We're going to place this red idol early. Excuse me. And I really want to utilize my clean charge movement here. Because I'm not going to really get another potion for a while. I love this game's movement. Very rewarding. Another upwarp here that skips a very long segment of having to deal with a fish. So that's why it's fish skip. What a fantastic cutscene. Giving you a flyby of all the levels. Ooh, that jump was a little too close for my liking. Nice little damage boost across the water. Be careful of the spiders that are the size of my head. I would freak out if I saw that in my room. Okay, I'm gonna have to be rolling across here. Need to conserve. Good and bad charge management can easily... Oh, good thing I can upwarp to back that up. Before upwarps, that was a very annoying mistake to make if you, like, fell in there. Almost done with Jungle Knight 2. Coming up, for those of you who grew up with this game, might recognize the next level as a common roadblock, where we're going to get chased by jaguars. And we have to mash a lot. Pro tip, if you're ever stuck on this level, you can mash all 4 face buttons on a controller. So that's what I'm doing here. Kind of cramps up my hand on a while. I used to get stuck on this level all the time as a kid. my sister and I would have to like team up on the keyboard. So like one person would be mashing, the other would be steering. It's great times. Gonna pick up another Wompy. Those will come in handy in the next world. My hand is starting to cramp up a little bit. And just like that, another press of the F4 key, and we are in the river. Cusco and Pacha are strapped to a log, and we have to steer across. Now, although this section is pretty different from the rest of the game, it's very easy to bleed time away, so I'm really trying to cut across with nice turns, and I'll be damage boosting through a lot of things. I'll just be taking damage. This is where those Wompies will come in handy. Because if I lose a life, it's not going to send me back. It'll just subtract the Wompy. So I can just run into a log and tank it like a trooper. Surf's up. These bananas will heal our health, so we'll want to pick up those up when we can. Again, Cusco is very chatty. It's part of the charm of this game. This game has a lot of funny lines. This is going to be we're going to be in the river for quite a bit. If our host has anything they want to read,
I do not. However, I do want to comment and say I've never seen a llama move so fast. I'm really enjoying this so far. I never had the chance to see the movie, so I'm really excited to see this run.
Thank you. The movie is great too. It's a bit of a cult classic.
I was just going to quickly mention, make sure to get your donations in for any and all of the bids and incentives. We still have the Marvel Spider-Man Remastered Spidey suit open. And right now it's winning at undies. So if you want to see something else other than undies, make sure to get your donation in. We appreciate it so much.
I was blown away the first time I saw this game speedrun. I knew instantly I wanted to run it. I didn't think I would be ending up taking it this far. When I started, the record was at about 1 hour and 1 minute, and now we are pushed to a 46:55. It's incredible how fast this game has come along. River hasn't changed much though. It's our nice chill vibes. We have our introduction to the whirlpools. I'm going to be mashing jump to get out of them. I want to go as fast as I want. I don't want to do that. They probably get so dizzy swimming on a log like this. It's funny because Pacha has a funny comment in this level where he's like, this scene was much shorter in the film. This game is very self-aware. They don't have all the original voice actors. Cusco has a pretty good impersonator. Pacha one's okay. I know they have the original voice actors for the villains, Yzma and Kronk. So we'll be looking forward to some of that. Where did that spider come from? There's no room in that ceiling. Which is stronger, llama or crocodile? Vote now. The answer is, of course, llama. Ow. You ever just have one of those days where you're just minding your own business, then suddenly you're strapped onto a log with your friend, and then you're floating down a river, and then you're about to spit grape seeds at killer crocodiles? Mondays. The pattern for this croc section is the same every time, so we just need to spit some grape seeds.
I was going to say, I'm not sure I can quite relate to that, but thanks for sharing the experience with us.
Hashtag just llama things. Doesn't really matter how fast I kill him. I can like delay this one. The only one that matters is the last one I have to hit. Two more. There we go. That will conclude River 2. And coming up to River 3. Oh, hey, look who it is! It's the brat on the llama floaty! I love the brat! We gotta race him. We want to try and go as fast as we can, so that way he'll rubber band and go through the section faster. The level doesn't really end until the brat finishes the race, but he will go faster depending how far ahead you are of him. You can do a little boost when he bumps into you. This game's music is very, very catchy.
Hey everyone, we're experiencing a little bit of some technical difficulties here, but no worries, the llama's going to come back. I'm quite sure of it. So just hold on a minute and we'll get it back up.
I don't know if we're back yet. All right, we are so back. The nice thing is that if we're alt tab, the game is not running, so I could at least not miss out on our precious llama gameplay. Apologies for the crash.
Oh, that's fine. I was just over here like grooving because that music is really catchy.
Telling you, this game's soundtrack. You could actually find some like betas of the game's soundtrack. This game has a lot of like behind the scenes info. Not to pull out the plug, but one of our other groove runners and I guess residential Cuscoologist, he goes by the name Mr. the Dank. He has a channel dedicated to like lots of behind the scenes of this game, including betas and different languages. We're almost done with the river. We have to have a fight with Yzma. She'll throw these little potions. We have to knock him into the gate. This game doesn't have a lot of RNG, but this is one of the sections where RNG can be a little annoying. Because where she is, she'll either throw 1 or 2 potions. And Yzma doing the goofiest walk I've ever. Oh yeah, and then that can happen where sometimes one of the balloons will just not appear. Like that. Please tell me I don't have to. Okay. Yeah, that is no idea what causes that. Sometimes just happens. Cusco reminding us to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
Very important. Everyone stay hydrated, please.
And we have to say goodbye to the river. No time to be dozing off, because now we're going to have another pretty action-packed level. Going to involve a lot of up warps and climbing the cliff, which is why this is called Cliff Climb. Excuse me. There we go. Apologies for my dog in the background. And that should be good. Yep. All right, and we're almost done with this level. We're skipping past a ton of mazes with these guards. You don't want to get caught by them. Their vision's not that great, though. Do another up warp to get past the last one. Up warps really upheaved this game for the better. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Now we'll be going further into the dangerous jungle with giant killer plants, more crocodiles, and bees. This level's pretty straightforward. We got a branching path with 2 red idols. Just focused on tight movement and trying to dodge the plants that make the PogChamp face when they see you. It's all about the charge management, getting those jumps in.
Apparently, everything is out to get you in this game.
Oh yeah, and they're not kidding either. Ruined the piñata party. Why is there a red idol in the piñata? Who has those? Who is in charge of the currency distribution with these red idols? Going on the left side this time. Just an all-around movement-based section. Excuse me. Checkpoint. It's just so much charm in this game. Alright. We didn't really get to see much animal transformations yet in this game, because we had to do a skip in Village 3. But now we're going to see another animal transformation. Can you guess what it is? Some people who grew up with this game will already know. And it's a frog!
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting that.
So the gimmick behind the frog is that you jump further each time you chain a jump. And we can transfer it through the door transition, so we can just jump across very fast. We have to press these switches. Now it's all about the timing. I tried to cut into the door smoothly. Didn't quite get it. Boing. Boing. Collect the red idol. Now we have this little puzzle. The fly tells us which button to press. It's the same every time, so we can just get ahead of him. I can't believe I just did that. That's my B. I gotta input my phone lock screen again. Somebody actually has this as their phone lock screen, and it just made me laugh. game actually has an old man NPC that gives you cryptic hints on how to like solve certain puzzles, and he'll tell you in this level to look up at the big boy, and there'll be a red idol right there. That tends to be a common meme in the Groove community. Now here's where things get tricky because we're in the mountains. That cutscene skip's tougher than it looks. I still get a little bit nervous on that one. We have this area with some statues. The game wants us to get 4 of them, but with some... We placed this just right. I kind of screwed up the camera. There we go. Barely cut the lift in time. More. Everybody loves our up warps. This is actually one of the tricky ones. There we go. I was supposed to do the angle storage thing back in Village 3 there to not get like stuck on the rock like that. Fortunately, I could back it up. Mountain is a very common run killer. They're very dense levels. There we go. Another up warp there. The same up warp as Mountain 1, but for some reason it's harder for me. I don't know why. It's that speedrunner mentality. There we go. I'm going to need to jump on this pole to get across the gap. Coming up is one of my favorite tricks in the entire game, just because of how it looks. All right. Don't blink. What are walls? There's literally just a gap in the wall that you just go in. Ow. Fun fact, that skip is actually the oldest known skip in the game. Somebody found that back in like 2002, and nobody knew about it until like I was digging through some old Neoseeker forums. It's wild that somebody found a pretty obscure skip like that. Almost done with Mountain 3 here. We actually don't need this red aisle. We can skip this door, but it's not quite viable for us yet. We have the return of our favorite beloved Kronk. We have to go skating on the ice. And collect more green idols than him. They spawn the same place every time, so we're just gonna stand where they spawn and get more than him. There we go. You have to collect all of them in 100%. Sometimes it gets a little nerve-wracking. Another nice looking up warp there. That's actually easier than it looks. It used to be hard. And we're gonna do some chicanery to get into this door and turn one of the longest levels casually into one of the shortest. And now comes the great equalizer, City 2. This, I believe, is the current... It's either the longest level in the game or one of the longest. And it just has a lot of dense tricks to it. Let's see if I can get this fast cycle. I got it. That is a very tough cycle to meet. That will let us place one idol. Now we're going to create a tower of these little jars or pots. Got to place it in a specific spot. There we go. And we stack them together, get up with an up warp. And with a careful jump kick, we could just jump across to here and skip an entire platforming section. And basically do that section backwards. I only just now recently implemented that strat. That strat's not in my PB. There's still more City 2 to go around. We need to lure this guard over to where I am. You need to get over here. There we go. And he pushes us with his little trident into the door. I think we're safe. I'm sorry?
Sorry. I was just going to ask if we have time for a quick donation.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of time. Go ahead.
Okay. We have a $2 donation from Rip Hardcore, who says, good game, good movie. Here's $2, one for each.
Gotta love the $2. Booyah. This stage is very easy to lose. It's very risky because normally you'd have like 2 health and you'd be trying to cut across the guards and not get hit. City 2 is just such a dangerous level. I don't know why that's technically a secret when you needed to beat the level. Usually the secrets are things that are optional. Ow. See, if I didn't, like, tank the Wompy, I would be dead. Now we're done. Just kidding. There's more City 2. Now we jump across here. And now we're done with City 2. Just kidding. We need to have this room. Go to the left here. The game wants us to build a statue, but we're gonna trying to do a little bit of a skip here. I'm jumping a little bit too early. This is actually pretty tricky. There we go. Platforming on these blocks is actually pretty tricky for a lot of new players. I'm gonna pick up this little gold head. Instead of using it to build the statue, I'm going to take it over to the door and do another clip. Need to place in a very specific position. I don't trust this. Okay. There we go. According to my splits, I golded. I don't know how much because I can't see them. Gotta love a gold in the middle of a marathon. Doing this section a little bit unintended. Just saves a little bit of movement. Scene 3 is another pretty long level. But even the long levels are usually jam-packed with skips. This man, I'm not kidding, he lost his pants because of peacocks, and he wants us to get him back. I'm quite frankly offended, and I will not be doing that. I will be utilizing my speedrun tech. We need to get this platform here. I said, we need to get this platform here. We need to wait for it to go back to its original spot. And once we do, we can do another leap of faith. There we go. So that skips the peacock man entirely. Or the pants man. It's trampoline puzzles. We're going to be doing the level pretty straightforward until we get a charge potion. Then we'll death warp back. Boing. Sound effects. Alright, here's the charge potion. Now we'll death warp. And go back to this room, where there's another leap of faith we can do. I'm gonna try and cut across this guard section as fast as I can. This is actually pretty tough. Throw the pot to block his way so he'll turn around. Same thing here. I barely bonked the door. Tried to get in the door before the guard saw me. Can you turn around, please? Thanks. What? I dropped this strat for a while, and now you see why. Okay, turn around. Hey! I don't know. Alright, we have another fight with Yzma. Gotta bring this brick down. And then jump back up. There is a cutscene skip you can do for this. But if I mess it up, I'll end up soft locking the level, so we'll just watch her laugh. And then just yeet. And that will take care of City. Shame that I lost all my charge to the guard room. Now we go to the catacombs, full of roller coasters. They're these are pretty straightforward. This is just about like hitting as many speed boosts and jump pads as you can. But they're one of the more dangerous levels because if you fall here, you go back to the beginning. So it is not uncommon for a run to die here. I want to be as airborne as much as you can, so I'll be hopping across these little things. Llama never stops being fast. These green pads reverse your controls. I see a lot of people who've played this game casually get tripped up by those reverse pads. Don't laugh at me.
I would have never guessed that llamas love riding roller coasters.
Oh, they love it. It's great fun. Oh, I didn't quite make that in time. Tried to get up there quickly. You can just barely make that cycle. Llama was not fast enough. Thankfully, the catacombs are broken up by pretty normal levels. That was a weird skull cycle. Gonna jump under this lift here to cut a fast cycle. Nice. That jump still makes me a little bit nervous. My charge did not go through for some reason. That is very unfortunate. Okay. I'm very off cycle right now. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll go like that. I've never gotten to skip and then just fallen immediately due to just my charge not coming out. That's a new one. Another guard here. Give us a red idol and a coin. That'll come in handy for charge. Take this checkpoint. We'll use the death warp. Not too many skips. It's again like some of the other levels where it's just all about the tight movement. Get our warm-up booyahs in. Yeah. This is around the point in if I was doing a regular run where I would get a little nervous. We have these, we're gonna ruin these block kids' fun by bonking into him. But then its dad is going to be upset. Everything is out to get you in Emperor's New Groove. And no, this does not appear in the movie. Oh, I got really good RNG. He can throw either black or red bombs, and you want the black bombs. And I got really good RNG. Sometimes you could get like double digits red bombs, and then you lose 2 seconds per bomb. So I'm really thankful I got that. And that wraps up Catacombs 2. Another roller coaster. This is probably my favorite coaster, but it's definitely the hard one. Just because of how fast you go in this one. Oh, and yes, you have to hit every single blue turn arrow. You can't beat the level without doing it, as far as we know. These coasters are heavily fun policed. Doesn't stop us from trying to look for skips. So even though we can't skip the entire coaster, we can still blaze through it by building up speed right here. Now I have a lot of speed. There we go. Okay. Now we're safe. Don't laugh at me. We would see another animal transformation here, but we have Skip to thank for not being able to see that. Another leap of faith. And we're already at the end of the level. It's actually a pretty simple skip, too. One last coaster, and we'll be wrapped up with the catacombs. Cusco, did you know you can line up with the corners? I bet they'll automatically turn us around. This one's not as hard as 3, but I still have messed up in this level. This is a bit of this is Universal Studios' new ride. When they really should add this ride to Disney World. Everyone would love it. I'd love it. I would go to Disney World if we had this. Maybe skip the green reverse pads, though.
You know, I've never been to Disney World, but I would go just to ride this.
It's in the movie. Disney. You have free money. Don't laugh at me. Alright, we're in the last world of the game. This is the lab. We have 5 more levels, and then we'll get our throne back. That is very unfortunate, RNG, but that's okay, as long as we push the buttons. Get the red idol. We'll do the similar trick in Village 3 to skip a cutscene. It's basically just going in the first person while entering a door. That's how we skipped Kronk in Village 3. We will get to see another animal transition. And he becomes a bunny? The longer we hold jump, the higher we go. I'm not going to see him for very long, though. Because after this, we're just done. Now, the next level is one of my favorites because a lot goes by. We're going to buffer an input to gain control, activate the cutscene, activate another cutscene, get caught, turn into the thing, and that skips an entire cutscene. Just makes it so that you become the turtle faster. The turtle is actually the fastest animal in the game. It's quite ironic. And then to skip the level, we'll just defy physics. Surfing on the air. One of my favorite levels. Let's see if I can get the swag. I got the swag. If you can buffer a roll and then jump, you can get to him quicker. The frog returns. Chain our jumps to get to the red idol. Death warp because it's faster. Pretty straightforward level, but it has some little nuances that make it cool in its own right. Sometimes you sink into the floor like that. And we come to the level with the hardest trick in the entire game. This trick was so infamous that I avoided doing runs with it for a long time. Then on one fateful day, I happened to be on a bad run that like that I accidentally fell in one of the coaster levels, so I'm like, I'm just gonna finish this run. Then I had a thought, what if I just went for the hard skip just for grins? Surely I won't get it. I'll go for it one time and I won't get it, and then we'll just finish the run normally. Then it turned out I got the trick and I saved an entire minute. So now I am cursed to do that trick forever in runs. Such is the way of the speedrunner. We're about to be coming up to it soon. It's a way we can leap of faith to a Yzma fight. Can you turn around, please? Please and thanks. Thank you. Another long level. I'm not sure if this level is longer than City 2 now. I'm not sure. Alright, here it comes. I'm gonna need to focus up here. Nice! First try! That is good. That trick,
Awesome.
that trick always makes me nervous. Take care of Yzma with spinning with the hammer. Whew, I'm really happy about that. That trick is very difficult. Not out of the woods yet, and I still got 2 more levels to finish up here. Still got this level and another level. The only game where waiting is fast. Because we have to manipulate the elevator cycles.
I don't know. What can I say? Maybe I'm just a lucky host.
Alright. It's another tricky skip. Gotta get in just the right spot. I saw it for like a second. There we go. Nice. That was actually a pretty good lap 4. This actually went really well. That is a very tough level to do right at the tail end of a run. And now we're at the last level, lap 5, the home stretch. I did a buffered roll at the start, so that'll hopefully get me a fast cycle, and I got it. Basically, the hard part is over. This is just, in a normal run, this would just basically be, okay, I got the hard skips, now I just have to not screw up the rest because my nerves are high. I'll see if I can skip a cutscene here. Nope. That one's tough. It, like, barely not works. Lap 5 is not cooperating with me today. I was supposed to do another slight death warp skip. Excuse me? That's really bad. I've done that in a run before, and I've... that may or may not have ruined this of being a 49. I'll try. That is very unfortunate. Alright. Oh, hey, look, it's the Brat! Goodbye, Brat. I actually use keyboard there. I'm primarily a controller runner, but keyboard is useful for a few things. Keyboard actually slows the Brat down quite a lot, where you can catch him up to him really quickly. Not sure why. It's all about just movement and getting the charge potions. And, by the way, the guards are cows now. I just thought you should know that.
Why am I not surprised?
Faithful to the movie, unironically. I have to wait a tiny bit here. There we go. See if I can cut ahead of this guy. There we go. Alright. we're pretty much almost done with the game. So is there any last things you want to read for us before we finish up the level?
I do not have anything new to read for you, but I just want to encourage everyone. Thank you for everyone that's donated, that's been watching. Continue to get those donations in. We still have wonderful incentive and bits that you can vote for. Disney Illusion Island main character, Spider-Man Remastered Spidey suit. So much exciting, more incentive bits to vote for. And I just want to say, I've been really enjoying this run so far. So I'm sure everyone's been enjoying it too. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be here and showcase this game. Yzma's a cat now, by the way. I just thought to let you all know. We're basically only a few more seconds coming up on end time here. It'll end when I drink the potion. And that is time. Yeah.
Awesome.
Game likes to freeze on the FMVs. But
Thank you so much. Unless you have anything else that you want to add, I wanted to make sure that everyone knows where to find you at.
No problem. My Twitch is OrionYTP. I also have a YouTube channel with the same name. Pretty much anywhere you can find me, I'm always OrionYTP. Except for Roblox for some reason, but that's a story for another time. But I do runs of this game whenever I can. I also stream other games. Be sure to check out the Emperor's New Groove speedrun server, where we have tons of runners that are willing to try out this game. Shouts to all the Groove runners. Not gonna have time to get through all the names, but I'm thinking about you. Good luck to all the other runners of the fastest place on Earth. And that will be it for me. OrionYTP signing off.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who watched. Thank you for all the donations. I appreciate it so much. And with that, I believe we're going to take a brief intermission. So stick around.
Can you say that I disappeared? Can you say that I wasn't there for you when you went into hiding on the front steps of your porch? Then I reflected on the memories, but I put out that torch. Hey!
All right, everyone. Can we give it up in the chat again for that amazing run? I've never seen the movie, yet alone the game, but I was so entertained. Ryan did a great run, and I'm excited to still be here and be your host. We have Monsters Inc. Dream Team coming up next by Bamford, and just want to remind everyone to get up, stretch, hydrate. And also, if you're just joining us, I want to again welcome you to the fastest place on Earth. This is the world's first Disney-only speedrunning marathon for Disney and Disney Extended Universe games. Make sure to join our Discord and follow us on Twitter at Fastest Place to get updates about future runs and events. And just another reminder that we're here raising funds for Prism. So while we get set up for the next one, go check us out at www.prismfl.org/learn to learn more about LGBTQ inclusivity in history. And as I said, don't go away. We have another exciting run coming up for you all, and it's been a pleasure hosting for you all. So